Afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever the time at your location. We are super excited to be here again with my colleagues at the other end to thrill you to a lot of information about what we do. So my name is Soyan. I am a nurse and I'm a digital entrepreneur based in the UK.
My name is Victor.
Yeah.
Good, good.
I
My
am
name
Ed.
is
Oh,
my
I'm
name is
Ed. I'm a
Victor.
social. I'm Ed. I'm a social support worker. I live in Norway and I'm a business entrepreneur.
My
Thank
name
you.
is Victor, and I live in Canada. I used to be an insurance agent, but now I'm a full digital business owner.
Thank you. So, without much ado and without keeping you waiting for too long, our dear audience out there, we just dive into what we want to share with you today at this point. We want to look at certain things. We want to look at our big whys. We want to look at those things that uh, triggered us to be involved, all of us here today, to be involved in digital business. Why? What has brought us together? What has triggered that need for us to get into it? So, like we all know, starting with myself, many years ago when we are growing, we all know the common terminology or the what the system teaches us. Go to school, study hard, graduate, get a good job, stay out of crimes and dangers, and enjoy the life. That is all what we were made to understand by conventional situations or systems. So when we travel, myself, when I moved abroad for postgraduate studies, I actually had those big dreams with me, which I carried along. With those big dreams, I knew that with that mind that I had, when I get to achieve my certificates, get the experience, and get a good job in that field, that was it. I closed the books, stop learning, and stop exploring any other thing else. I sit comfortably in that role and depend on that monthly paycheck that we have. So this is what we were made to understand, and this is what happened with me when I came with those big aspirations. It dawned on me at the end of everything that despite all that which I have got, I've done all of this as the system prescribes, acquired those good degrees and certificates in healthcare here abroad. I got 2 bachelor's degrees and 2 master's degrees in healthcare. But you know what? It happened that I still had to do more than one job, and I was needed to work at least 12 hours per day and sometimes long hours just to make ends meet. So this was the situation in which I went for a long time. And when I was called to recount what are the achievements after doing this for more than 15 years, looking down memory lane, there was nothing I could be proud of as an achievement in all of this. My quality of life was questionable. I had no time to spend with my family, friends, or loved ones. But this is not what I needed. And this caused me to start thinking otherwise. So I will get back to tell you how I went into finding myself into the situation of digital entrepreneur where I am today. I will give the chance to my colleagues to talk a bit more about how their journey had been too. Over to you.
All right. Yes, like I said myself earlier, my name is Victor. I live in Canada. I'm originally from Nigeria, and Back in Nigeria, I had a degree in educational psychology, so coming to abroad, but back in Nigeria, I started my own company because my parents seems to have, we have company. So I was in the family whereby I know that I have to be an entrepreneur. I have to be, I love doing my own business. So I started my business and it was thriving. But, because of family, because of kids, we wanted to look for more opportunities for our kids. So we came abroad. And so starting life again here isn't what I used to know back home. So it's something totally different. Now I have to start looking for job. I've never worked for anybody, but now I have to start seeing how to do that. So I went for different courses. I did personal support worker. I did maintenance technician. I did different types of work. But at some points, I've always had that entrepreneurship in me. I always know that, okay, there is no way I am going to survive here with 9 to 5. And quickly, I realized that the way I used to live back home, yearly, if you have your house in Africa, you have your house, you don't pay rent. Maybe you have your water already running, you have your borehole, your everything is, but here it's on a monthly basis. So it now seems like you're working, but things are not accumulating. You're not getting there. You just have to continue to do more. Now I'm seeing myself working 12 hours straight. I'll go up in the morning, wake up in the morning. My kids will still be in bed. I will come back. They are sleeping again because I spent like 11, 12 hours. So that is how our life continues. And at some point, we're like, okay, was it a mistake coming abroad? What do we do? What have I done wrong? Is it a crime to come here? So I kept doing different courses. I kept juggling different jobs. And at some point, I sat down with my wife and we thought about it that, okay, there was a reason why we came here in the first place. This country is a beautiful country. It has so many opportunities. But now, maybe we are the one doing things in the wrong way. Maybe we need to sit down, recollect our thoughts, look somewhere else, explore, look for opportunities around. And then we're able to, say, okay, we see a way we can work things around. So I want to leave it to my other colleague here to also take his as well.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes. Yeah, thank you very much, my dear panelists who are here with me today, and you, the audience who are watching us this day. Good day again. I'm Ed. I'm broadcasting here. I'm joining this program right from Norway. That's a Norway. It's where there's a way. Because some people, when they hear Norway, they say it's where there is no way. Norway means that there's a way. However, that was just an aside. Why are we here? Why am I here today to talk about my why in digital business? There's a notion that I have and most of us have when we were growing up, were groomed in a mentality that states that when you go to school and acquire knowledge, you have to look for a white-collar job. And when you look for this white-collar job, those were for the people who were intelligent. And those who could not make it, you see, they end up in the farms or they do business. But we come to realize when I came to this part of the world that that notion was a wrong notion. And I need a reset in my mind and in my thoughts. So I came, I searched for jobs. I've done all type of jobs, both skills and skilled jobs. But some of these jobs doesn't actually match my certificate. And that make me to come to another notion that certificate is acquiring the knowledge, but now applying that knowledge to work in different sectors. It's not basically working where you start what you studied sometimes, because not everybody can be opportune to get that particular job. So I opened the scope. I tried to change my mind. I tried to change my way of thinking and said, okay, I have some hidden strength and I can use this strength to rebuild my life and to reset and focus to a new direction. So, because why did I go into this? Because what I earn is hardly enough. Then I said, okay, when I get into something, like a side hustle. It may help me to fill the gap, the vacuum that I have, so that you can lessen my stress. And I had to search online, explore the digital space until I came across this digital business that I'm doing today, that I'm together with my other entrepreneurs, partners who are here in this program. We are here not just because of ourselves, but we are here to share our experiences and why we came into this, so that there may be somebody watching us right now who is going through the same trend, who doesn't know where to go, don't know how to reset himself or his direction. This is a good opportunity for you to follow what we are doing here. I came here and I thought everything was easy, but I realized that life is different. Just like my other panelists said there, life is different from region to region and place to place. So there is need for something. Then I had to talk with my spouse. We agree and said, okay, now I have to look something else that I can do to add to what I have. This is a plus, so that I can have enough earnings, and I think that can boost our lifestyle, our standard of living, and also help me to better prepare for the another level. That level is what level? Is the most important level, which is our retirement. Because the strength we have today, I may not have it in the future. So I have started preparing now for those decent, healthy aged time when I will not be able to work. That is when this business, the importance of this business will measure up, because I can sit at home and do this because I've already invested the time, invested everything in this to gain the skills and doing this business, rather than just waiting until that dying minute, then I start weeping. So this is the time. That is why I came. That's my biggest why into this digital business. So you may be out there have a different why, but this is my major why, because I want to prepare for another level. Thank you very much. I'll be back.
Thank you, thank you. That is much there. That is exactly the reason why we need to share this knowledge and experiences out there, so that someone looking or going through similar situation may be able to think and see the reason and the rationale for thinking out of the immediate. Yes. So, like I was saying, I myself sharing my experience after all of what I did, acquiring the degrees and getting the experience and having to work the whole. I was actually an absent parent amongst everything, but this is not what we wanted. And when we started searching, but when we started, actually we said that, okay, let us let us do like that for a short length of time and then relax. But the error we had was that we were working hard out of range and investing in the wrong things. Because for any rational thinking person, you also have to think in the future. You also have to be planning for the future, because failing to plan for the future is equal to preparing to fail. If you fail to prepare for the future, then you have prepared to fail. So that is how we thought in this way, but did the wrong things and invested in the wrong way. And when it dawned on us that we had to keep in that same situation for the rest of life, we had to think otherwise. And that is when we found an amazing digital business out there, which we have been doing now for over the past close to 4 years today. And turning back, we actually have just one thing, a regret of why we had not found this opportunity within those years that we term squandered or wasted, because that is the biggest error we made. But, well, I think identifying that there is something wrong is better than not identifying at all, because when you identify that there is something wrong and you take the necessary action to fix it, that is when things begin to change. you begin to realize what you are working for. But when you fail to realize that there is something wrong and you therefore do nothing about it, that is where there is a problem. And if you also identify that there's something wrong and you fail to take action also, is also a problem. So these things must go together. Identifying and acknowledging that there is an issue and taking action to put in corrective measures. So this is how it happened and done on us when I put our heads together, thought about the situation, myself and my partner, and we needed a change, or we remain stuck in that situation for the rest of our lives. And there's no one who will say you want to remain in or in a work life to your 70s, 80s. Because, like my colleague rightly said there is no way. The demographic transition is undeniable and it is irreversible. You can't change it. Age is counting, time is counting against everyone. So, that demographic transition, the best way to overcome it is to prepare for it so that you can ensure a healthy and quality aging. So, this is what we thought of doing and found and embraced this amazing opportunity. So, if you are there thinking loud, you've done your best, you have been to the studies as much as you can, graduates, postgraduates, no jobs, you've gone through numerous rejections, either because you are too qualified or the workplace is saturated, the job has been taken, or whatever. My dear people, you are not useless. The skills and talent that you have acquired can be put into something else and you will still excel in it. How many of us graduates and postgraduates out there have gone through these rejections? We went through the same. I experienced the same, despite having got and gone through numerous job roles in healthcare. Before that, I experienced that too. But that didn't stop me. So if you're out there and going through that situation, those should be triggers for you to think more and look for opportunities that are there for you. So I will give over to my colleague to say something more before as we get on.
All right. Thank you so much. So, like we've rightly said, there are so many things to think about when we are in diaspora, because we are getting old every day. We know how old we were before we left home. And when we are in a new land, we have to figure things out. Now, imagine people who have been living here all their lives. If they can say their retirement is not so bright, it's not well packaged, what about we that we came when we have not, when we have spent almost half of our life in our previous, back home? So what are we going to do to make our own retirement make sense? So that means like we have to think out of the box, because the truth is we are getting older. We are not getting younger. The opportunities we have today, even our children, I met with a couple of people, and I had some conversation with them. People that were like 4 or 5 generations in Canada, when they said when they were 14 years of age, they start getting jobs because maybe they're in grade 10, 12, they start getting job. By the time they are 18 years old, they can move out of the house and start their life because they have been able to start building something for themselves at their very, very early age. But now there is nothing like that anymore. We see people who are still 25, 30 years old, still living with their parents in the basement, in their parents' houses. Why? Because things are changing. And that was why when me as my wife, we sat down, we talked about this, like, okay, the way we have been running around, picking different shifts, doing different courses, at the end of the day, there's no amount of time you invested in education is good. Don't get me wrong. Education is very, very important because we use this education into other avenues and grow ourselves. But the
Yeah.
truth is, if you are thinking of, I want to go get this done, I want to go get that done, still remember the job, you don't own it, right? You don't own a business, you are going to go look for a job. If they tell you you are done, you are done. If the owner of the company says, I want to close this company up, you got to tell your resume again and start distributing up and down. So we sat down and talked about that. And with the spirit of entrepreneurship that we had, started saying, what can we build for our own self? What can give us ownership? Because we know that ownership, it's something that you can even transfer to your family, to your children. And that was when we were saying, okay, let's think outside the box and start looking somewhere else. We did a lot of things. We used to go into real estate. We bought, did a lot of things. And there are so many things that come into place because a lot of people are just there that they just want to take advantage of you, right? Because there are some things you don't know and you just want to figure it out. You just want to figure it out. Before you know it, you have wasted huge sum of money. And now you are back to square zero. But when we saw this opportunity, this business, online business, we checked it out, we did our due diligence, we look at it, we do our findings, detailed findings. I was like, wow, there is something like this where we can have ownership, where we can also give legacy, where we can also, have peace of mind, like we can work from any part of the world because our business travels with us. And the amazing thing is the amount of training that we have. It's so mind-blowing that all these things are, it's a complete package. And so when we sat down and we thought about everything, we said, okay, you know what? I think we found something. Because the truth is, like we said, the life, the way things are going now, we see a lot of people looking for jobs every day, right? And especially here in Canada, we have a system whereby you just have to you just have to continue to look for opportunities to grow. Things are very expensive. Things are not getting any easier. And not just in Canada. Look at gas today. Gas is almost $2.
I think it's global.
The global problem. So now, if we don't start thinking, how can we be able to manage our life? How can we start having something to own? It's going to be a very terrible thing. By the time we get to 70 years, 60 years, and you still have to be in the workforce. Sometimes I go to Dollarama, Dollar Tree, all these places where people, you are expected to see young people there, but you see people in their 70s still standing by the till. And you ask yourself, these are the people that have lived for years. So if you're not taking ownership of your life right now, what, like you said, like if you don't plan to succeed, then you are planning to fail. It's either you plan to help yourself or you plan not to help yourself, and you will see the result of the two. Whatever you plan for, you cannot plant cassava and go and harvest orange. It is what you plant you will harvest. So that is why we are bringing it to people out there today that, you know what, we have found something amazing. We have experienced a lot of things. We have done it all. We've done different businesses. We've seen that there is nothing really out there. If you are willing to grow and have ownership and something that can move with you anywhere you want to be in the world, this is something you should check into. So I will leave it to my other colleague to go from there.
Yes, thank you very much, our viewers. Somebody just posted a question. He said, business involve selling products or services. What do we actually sell? I would like to respond to our viewer there that posed this question, that you got it very right. You are very correct. And our business is built in a model in which we are promoting. There are two sectors of the business. We are inclined in promoting a business model, which is a service. And that is exactly what we are doing here. We're promoting a business model that is a service, that at the end of the day, we earn a commission. But there's another area of the sector of the business where you can invest in products. We don't deal with that. So I will not go deep. I will not dwell into that aspect of product selling. But I'm talking about we promoting a business model. That is where we are focused. So I think I've answered your question. And thank you very
Thank
much for
you.
that question, because if we don't make it this clear, some people will still have doubt. But I hope you have got the right answer and you are comfortable with that. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
our viewer who's watching us. So, as
Thank
my
you so
other
much.
panelists were saying, a lot of us, especially, I would say this to where we are coming from. Like the other friend was saying, it's hard sometimes to get what you want, despite all the certifications that you have. That is why in our business, there's no prerequisite for certification. Anybody can come in and do it at different levels, because our business is designed to meet the need of people at different levels. We have, all of us sitting here have those certificates, but we still decided to get involved into this because we realized that we have not meet up with that vision, that dream that we actually been dreaming of. So we need a change. There is need for something for upgrading. That is why got involved into this digital business, so that we can be happier than what we want. And as he said there, working for somebody, you are building that person's legacy. You are building that, so promoting somebody's vision throughout. But what about your own? What about the future? What legacy are you going to leave to your own offsprings? That is why we get into this. We are working, yes, because we have to earn something to keep it moving, to meet up with our lives and our families. But we are trying to build a legacy for our offsprings and for the future. Because let me make an aside. There was one day my daughter, well, that was when she was in the primary school. I've just shared this with the public. Maybe you are all having children, or probably you have in the future. My daughter asked me that, "Oh, Daddy, one of my friends uh, have got a house given to her by her father. So what about my own house?" I said, "You are living in a home. This is a family home. This family home is yours. But I think in the near future, you have a better home." Because a small child was trying to measure up with a friend. But this friend is maybe the 15th or 20th generation. But I told my daughter, your daddy is the first generation in this country where we live. I'm the first generation, and you are the second generation. So whatever I'm doing today is to prepare the foundation, is building, grooming new people, and leaving something that when you will acquire, and then you pass it up to your own offsprings. So this is it. So as you're watching, what are we living? Are we just working every day, and at the end of the day, we are laid off, and you don't have anything doing? So this digital business is an investment. It's something that we are building for the future. We are starting very low, but we are building something for the future. Because if I didn't build this if I don't get involved to build this for the future, then the future will be bleak. The future will be difficult for my offsprings and for their own grandchildren. But I'm building something that they will take over from there. And that is a business. So I'm proud of that. And I want to tell you who is watching us there that, look, if you are just going to work 9 to 5 every day without setting a good plan, then you may be cut short, because you may even leave going to work and something happen. Have you thought of that? You have some breakdown. We don't pray for that. Or you don't know where to start. But in this digital business, this is what we are planting. If something happens tomorrow, if you are fine in your business, You know, you acquire a home, you are already building something. That is why I came into this business. That is one another why for this digital business, because everything goes around working towards financial independence. We are all doing all this to work towards financial independence, so that when we have that little capital that we invest and we keep there, it's going to continue to regenerate and also plow back profit all the time. But if we just work and the day you let up, it's over. You don't have anything. So we don't have need for procrastination. We are trying to think ahead of out of the box, as a colleague said earlier. We're trying to think out of the box. So as we are here sharing these ideas, we know somebody who actually be seeking for this will listen to this and gain something. We are not boggling you. And when you come in here, you learn a lot, because we will learn skills. I came into this digital business. For those of you who are watching us, I had no skills, but I have gained a lot of skills in this digital business, and I'm proud of that. Today, I can do a lot, and I'm happy to call myself an entrepreneur, because I can now mentor other people. I can now help them. I no longer have fear, because I know there's something that I'm building for the future, and I'm happy that the best is coming. And for you there, the best is here. Join us
Thank you.
and
Thank
work
you.
towards something for the future. Thank you.
Yes, that is amazing there indeed. Thank you so much for this. So, with regards to this, I would just want to reiterate again that wherever our audience, viewers, wherever you're watching us, we don't require any prerequisites from you to get started with our business model. It is working with the model that is user friendly, and you are welcome to get a look at what we are doing or what is available in this system. So we need to be flexible. We need to be flexible and take those skills that we have acquired by studying hard over the years and know that you already have what it takes to achieve what you want. Those big dreams are still achievable. Don't remain focused on those failures or those rejections that you have got in what you have been searching to do. With the knowledge you have got, whatever you get involved to do, you're gonna do it definitely better. So take upon yourself that challenge that you are equal to what you deserve. And with that mindset, you're gonna be able to get all of what you had as your big dreams. And to get to the question where we have experienced all of this, all the rejections, all the failures, all the disappointment that you are experiencing out there. We've seen it all, like my colleagues have acknowledged earlier. And so we are from the point of experience telling you here that let's look at what we can do differently in case we were to rewind our lives some 20 years back. I think for me to start up with, what errors I would want to correct if I were to reverse 20 years back, I would know that one job will not achieve the goals for me. And I will start working towards putting in place something that can be able to replace what I am doing, so that when I get to a stage, I can be able to relax back and have a source of living without chasing over, as we are still doing today, as most of us are still doing today. We are doing what we are doing today in the name of jobs, not because we like it, but because we have no alternative. And that is why, counting just 4 years today, if you imagine how many years each of us have put in the job places, in our workplaces, various workplaces here and there where we have been, it is not just 4 years. So we need to diversify our focus and take that uh, corrective measures, learn from the errors of the others, not from our own errors, because we at this stage of ours, we have learned from our own errors. But we are calling on all of you watching us right now or the replay that there is something to think at the time. Thank you. Over to you, Mike.
So before we continue, somebody is posting a question that I want us to address it because probably I don't know how much airtime that we have. Is requesting that you want to know more about our business model. So my colleague will just continue with that. Where it ends, I will complete everything. Thank you.
All right. Do you want me to answer the question or just go on with mine?
Yes, yeah. So, or you can just go, then I will respond to it. But it's very important that we respond to the question since they want to
Okay,
know.
what was the question again?
Yeah,
He said, he said, he
just go
said,
on with what.
he said, let us what we should explain more possibility about the business model.
Okay. So, our business, like my brother has already said, if I have to go back 20 years, I would always want ownership. Ownership, ownership, ownership. You can't compare ownership with anything. Once you own, when you build something for yourself, you put, as you know, the effort you put into 9 to 5. If you put half of that into your own business, you will see it thrive. Now you know it is yours. If you put 120% of it into your business, you will see it succeed. And our business, like the person rightly asked, this business, this digital business, it has a low startup compared to any other business you want to start. We're talking about business. We know what business entails. You can just think about having a shop, a store where you keep inventories, where you do everything. In our business, we don't do that. Our startup capital is nothing compared to any other brick and mortar business outside there. Now, our business is portable. Anywhere you are, you can do your business. It doesn't matter which country you live in. Now, I'm in Canada. One of my
I'm in
partner
the
here is
UK.
in the UK, and another
We're
person
doing
here
this
is
in
in Norway.
Norway.
You see what we're saying? It's a global business. Now, there is training in which you have enough adequate training. A person who say, "Oh, I cannot do what you are doing," don't we have different levels of training for all? No matter who you are, there is a training for you, and the opportunities of earning multiple streams of income. Because, like we said, our business gives us the opportunity to give ownership, to our family. So, if you think about it, the flexibility and the training that we mentioned is not something that, oh, you have to come to class. It can revolve around your work. You can 20 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day. No, you are not, nobody is your boss. You are your own boss. It's your business. So you give it your all. If it is 1 hour a day, you have time to do your business, you spend 1 hour. It is 30 minutes, 30 minutes. If it's 10 hours, you spend 10 hours. Nobody is checkmating you. Nobody is giving you rules and regulation on the business, right? And we talk about the flexibility, we talk about the global opportunity, we talk about the training, we talk about everything. It's packaged. So, like we said again, if I have the opportunity to grab something again and again, it's ownership. Ownership, ownership, ownership is very, very important.
Yeah, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much for
Thank you.
throwing light on that. I think our viewer who posed the question is getting that information now. I just
Yeah.
want our viewer to digest more. We in this digital business, you asked about the model. Our model is designed to meet the needs of people at different levels. In some other businesses, they will have to have higher educational certificates. But here, this model is so specific, it's built to meet the need of people. And that is the goal, to meet the need of people, very important at all levels. Anybody, no matter your level of education, you can come here because what do we do here? We build skills. Our business is framed in a manner in which it builds skills. You come here, they learn the skills, and you're working at the same time, you have your business, you're running your business. So if you say you cannot say you don't have knowledge in IT, you don't have knowledge in this, you learn this here in this business, which is a positive step. Unlike other businesses, as he mentioned, the traditional business that you have to rent a big magazine, a big hall, or a shop, you call it a shop, physical shop. You fill it with materials, fill it with goods and products, and you as you start selling, you come and open in the morning, you sit there until evening trying to sell, and some days you can sell, some days you are unable to sell something, but you still pay taxes for that building that you're renting. This one is designed in a way that you can do it anywhere, as my friend earlier said. You can do it anywhere, just with at the comfort of your home. You use just your cell phone and internet connection. If you can afford more, you can buy an iPad or you can use a PC. So these are the specification, the best things that you can gain in this digital business. And you may equally say, oh, but what am I going to do? I've not gone to school.
Well,
Our business is designed in that way that our learning programs are video based. Are video based. You can learn. Watch the video. You learn. You pause. You rewind. You go to work or wherever you want to go to school. You come back. You rewind and watch again, and you become efficient. And doing that, you are not just learning alone. You are designated to a mentor and a coach that help you to set up your business and show you how to run it. A lot of questions you have, they are there to give you guidance, untimely by the guidance. And the most important thing in our business is run by automation. It's run by automation. The system runs 24/7, it doesn't stop. Anytime you need something or a question, you have it. Then you own your business, but you are not alone. We have a global community of like-minded businessmen, entrepreneurs. Like my colleague said, he's in Canada, the other one is in the UK, I'm in Norway, but we all collaborate and are supported to one another. So this is this is the model that we have: building skills and also expanding growth, making people to experience personal growth. When you have that personal growth now, you see you expand in your business in different dimensions. So
yeah.
you have very small capital that you have to come in to do this business. Unlike the other, you need huge capital. So this is a business that is mind blowing. It's a business that everybody that listen to this would like to give a try. Cast away your fears, cast away procrastination. This is our time, and this is the time. This is a platter of gold given to you. Consume it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that information there, Mr. Ed. I think if we take the rest of the day, we will not exhaust what we may want to pass across there to our audience. And we'll just want to round up here at the moment and thanking everyone who has been here live and my colleagues at the other end, and calling on anyone who comes across this video, who's been here live or watching this replay, that there is something. Just feel free, get in touch, and we are more than happy to guide you, get started too. So everything that is needed, you already have it. As far as you have that burning, genuine desire for a change in that painful situation where you are, that was not meant for you. So you can change it. So thank you. And we will be back again with more information as we are chanced. Thank you.